Asked from Mr. Tackpans in the 20-year tale of what is the ABC. This is the continuation of the first 41 years of indistinct confusion. But there was no confusion at all. It was the story that was in chaos. It was an absolute truth. It was 100% the truth for the first 41 years. Everything I thought, everything I did, it was the truth. It was my action, it was my thought, it was my everything. Which made up the first 41 years of my life, which brought me to the big question. Who is this Lord? Who is this God? Why do others, they call them as monsters, as humans, as ones who breathe the fire-breathing dragon of Aries? I tell the story. Mr. Tackpans, love of the angels, repairer and healer. Why the Mister? Why the mistress? And why the Mrs.? From Mrs. and Mars and Mr. and Mars and the mysteries of Mars and Earth. Association between the corridors, right, of the universe, breathing life upon one. Carbonated water, carbon dioxide, also known as oxygen. The front door and the back door, at the beginning and in the center of the recycling of exalting the breath. You exalt from 3 places, and 4, and 5, and 6. The ears, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and the 2 ends of the sexual organization down below, I like to call the basin. Sitting here 20 years, we have an alphabet of ABC. Has anybody ever questioned it? Has anybody ever done the algorithm of our alphabet? You know, they've gone to the moon. They did the algorithm of the stars, the zodiac signs coming out in the 88 constellations. But who has done the color code? Well, those who play musical instruments have entered the color code into musical sounds and decibels. Congrats to you. Electricians, color-coded bell, right, B-E-L, to create that word. 2, 3, and 5, 23.5 times 2, 47. Oh, what a difference a half makes, eh? What a difference a half makes. The first half, the second half. All of what is one has 2 halves to make a whole. Pretty weird when you ask what 0 is. How do I use 0? How do I use 1? Why in some games do they use 0 and some games that they don't? Baccarat, they use the 0. They don't count 10 as 1. There's a question to that, and why? Because 9 and 8, they're a natural. You know what I'm saying? You come to life, okay, in the heavens of the birth of 9. Now, what's bigger, right? Where you come into the heavens, right? Where you breathe the air, bringing birth, right? Connecting to the heart, the 7th gate, the breath, perhaps, the 7 and the 9th gate, between the mutable, okay, and the cardinal sign. How did we create our 9, right? Did we do a fixed cardinal sign, 1 and 8? Did we go to 2 and 7, cardinal fixed? Or where is the 4 and 5? 4 and 5, a little different, right? We went from fire and water. Can the water spread the fire? Like if you sprinkle little drops only on the fire, will it stop the fire or just go right through the fire? I mean, if the fire was going this way and the rain was going this way, at what point and how much rain would it take? Okay, or deluge would it take to stop the fire? So when that goes on, I'm starting to think about Moses or Noah, right? When the waters came, stopping the fire. Aries, Gemini, Leo, and Sagittarius, but Libra was still here, right? Libra was still here. It's funny, Libra's still here, but now the first month of the year, right, which is Aries, to the 7th month, we went from a fire, okay, on Passover to an air sign on Rosh Hashanah. I think that has to be understood, right? But both signs are both cardinal signs, so that has to be understood, right? CARD, purple, red and blue come together, beginning with a C, ending with a D, cash on demand, you know, or channel on demand, COD. Oh, you know, it's cool, you know, it's cool. Things that have double letters, you know, I just did a whole piece on it. I don't even know if it's in my book over here. Oh no, I did it on my phone, so I can't bring it up. You know, letters that double, you know that A does not double. Actually it does. A does double when you use the word Isaac. I'm going to see if I can write this out at all. When you write the word Isaac, AAC, right? But in general, right? Like it's ISA, ISA, which be 9 and 19 and 1. Use separation. I even like to use the 19 separate. You know, the 1, the 1 and 2, the 8 and 9, the 11 and 12, the 18 and the 19. The 18, the 19, and the 20, and the 21. Oh my God, that's right, because 2021 is on the house of the twos, but it starts at 2 and 3, the house of the twos, house of the blues, right? And, right, that's very interesting. And 12, right, is Pisces. 12 is Pisces. These are all exclusive for YouTube right now. I won't be uploading anything to TikTok. Like I said, in order to run this project as Mr. Tackpans, there's rules and regulations that have to be found. If I say something, I have to do it, right? I have to refrain. I have to stop. So 91 hours, and I think I was really on, and sometime like I got off like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So I'm just saying 10:30 on Saturday to 10:30 Sunday, 10:30 Monday, 10:30 Saturday, 10:30 Sunday, 10:30 Monday, 10:30 Tuesday is 72 hours. So I think I might go anywhere after 72 hours to 91. Hopefully I get to 91 hours and then don't open till sometime. No, I got to be concrete when I'm coming back. And it'll be Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday. And Wednesday at 10 would be a complete 96 hours. That'd be pretty cool to come back at the 97th hour, eh? In between that gate in the 97th hour. That would be it. No, I would say that 10:30 at night would be good, but that's a little late, right? It's a little late to get anybody in from AU and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to make it up there by Wednesday at 8, 7, 8, something like that. And yeah, so back to the numbers. Sorry for that weird interruption. My 20th year right now, and at the beginning I didn't even know there was no today 20 years ago. It was only tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But tomorrow ended up 20 years later being today. It was the alphabet when I began, and it's still the alphabet, and I'm still learning 20 years later to compile all this. Is it easy? Am I allowed to say that it's as easy as pie? And how easy is pie, right? Not that easy. Untwisting, untying, making errors, making mistakes, living at the same time on the outside of Mr. Tackpans, the holder, the writer, like Bashar, a little like Bashar. Well, I like to say we sort of get the same sort of influx of detail from outside sources. While he goes direct, I'm just guided along my messages, because I don't think any of us here are alone. I think that we are connected to that VR or headset or a string from the outside. The only problem is 2 of the moons have been hidden, right? They hid 2 of the moons, so they show us one moon and then they show us another moon, but Nobody ever asks that question, and maybe they do ask that question and nobody has the answer to the reason for all the duplicates, right? For BB and CC and DD and EE and FF and GG. We don't have very many HH other than Herbert Hoover. And the Hoover is going to go with the vacuum. I think it's VAACCUM I like to use for vacuum. And then that would be Nevada. Nevada tabulations of the constellations. Right? Of the constellations, don't forget Nevada and Las Vega card. We're going to get the GG, the H, the I, J, J, K, K. No, we do the LL. We do the M, M, N, N, O, O, P, P, Q, R, R, S, S, T, T, U, V. Do we have VV letter words? Is that a question? VV? W, X, Y, and Z is WXYZ is WXYZ, right? So that would be WXYZ would be 48, right? Is that what it is? W23Z 26. Oh, that's 49. Let's mark that at 49. Okay. So we have the entire alphabet. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. O is 6, R is 9, S is 19, and T is 20. So we're duplicating 1, 2. We're duplicating 20 with 2. We have 9 with 19, so they play a role together, 9 and 19. The I and the S. The reason for that is the French. Okay, remember the French, what the French say. The French will say, and that's the IS. Or you can even put the IRS if you want, but we're going to put the IS over here. And when they say 19, they use 9 separate, so we're going to use the 9 separate in this as well. Right, so when they're saying 10, 9, they're going 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to connect your basis of of your base 10. Now, the extension of the base 10 is where you extend from 1 to 9 equals to 10, which is 2 numbers instead of 4 numbers. 2 numbers versus 4 numbers. First of all, in numbers, each 0 equals 9, N-I-N-E. But not all 9s are alike. Not all 9s are alike. There's a 1 and 8 equaling to 9. So 1 and 8 equals to what is 1? 34. And you know what? I'm happy all my work is all over the place. I don't mind if anybody keeps up. I don't mind if anybody reuses this stuff. You know, reference where they got it from, please. Otherwise, it's just not fair, right? It's just not fair because we're all together as one. There's only one escape, and it's together. Don't break up the escape, okay? And you know how I know there's an escape, right? You know how I know there's an escape? Because it shows me down here, right? Over here, right? You know what it shows me here? When you say constellations, salutations, okay? When you go to Kokon, okay? The one heart between the 8. Remember what the one heart is between the 8. It's mother's house, okay? This is that heart. This is separation. We have to think what's going on here. if you understand how the cube dimensions work. And by the way, Saturn square seems to run everything this way. Escape button on the keyboard shows me there's an alphabet escape, right? We can get off the screen through the escape. So for those who want to understand this, remember this is exclusive for YouTube right now. TikTok is doing a lot of weird stuff, and I'm on that 90-hour off of YouTube. So in this side over here, the value is 83. So when you have a 2 and 7, and I'm going to redo this, of course, right? When you have a 2 and 7, okay, you have the 58, 65, 13 and 11. I like this, okay? The KM comes together, Kmart, kilometer, right? And this is 115, which is 23 times 5, which is good. We understand how the goat came into this. And the 23 cycle, this is also, was yesterday on Mother's Day. This is where the gateway is. Falls flat on Mother's Day on the Sunday when Mother's Day happened. Isn't it perfect? The Sunday, the father, and then the mother, right? On day 8, the connection between day 7 and day 8, which is day 1. AH coming together. We just did the AH. 115 and 83 connection. And then we have the 3-6. This is where these two come together, create this. And this is where 56 and 52 comes together. That's our 108. That's beautiful. 10-8, October, Trinity, 281st day, right? I'm born on the 277th day. So however this came into be, I don't remember how I did this. Yeah, this is the first day on the new cycle after the 10th moon. Okay, now why did I go here to here? Wow, I don't know. This is 10, this is 8. I think I wanted to complete the cycle. I needed to go something to do with this, 108. Oh yeah, I backed it up 4 days. I have to understand, I don't know why oh yes, creation, right? Because it happens in October, I chose October 4th for Communication Day, which is the 277th day, right? But now I had to move over 4. Why? Oh yes, because instead of being 10-8, it would be 10-4. Anyways, I don't remember why I did it, right? But it does end up at Club 281. You know, and that's the first day of the new cycle of creation. Anyways, this is the total, 56 and 52 of these two numbers over here. 108 is the Trinity. It's the 3 by 36. It's the 4 by 27. Also, we have to know is 3 by 27 is going to equal to 81. And then 4 times 20 plus 1 equals to 81, which will sound like 84 to a French person. It might get complicated, okay? When do we have something, that's the Windows logo. When do we have a logo that's like this? Okay, I'm gonna have to look for that. Or is it a double logo of 33? And then we can give this dimension, call it 3137. Right? But the thing is, when we crisscross everything, it becomes 12. No, it becomes 12 and 113. Why does everybody keep forgetting about that, right? And when you're looking at the clock, right? When you're looking at the clock, 12 and 113, right? Or 2 and 1113, or 3 and 313. 3, and 9 o'clock and 413. I'm going to go over this later. Okay, I'm going to do something new. This is ugly. I can't hold my phone. No excuses. So I'm going to be making 13s. Okay, and we have to remember the rotor. You know, the rotor satas, right? How big the rotor is or how small the rotor is. You know, at moving time forward. You know, if you were mechanical and we moved time forward faster and we moved you forward faster, would you notice it? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? The cylinders of time. You would never know. Will it be done to the whole planet? Of course, it has to. So the 2 and 4 separation over here is B, here is D. The 2 by 9 and the 4 by 9 is this one goes to 36, this one goes to 18. 6 is a half-life. 8 is completion. Now, I wanted to look in here and show you, you have every single number inside of here except for 1 and 8. Now, the last one is 4 and 5, and 4 and 5 equals to 42 and 60. 102, that's Valentine. 51 is holder of our vibration. Holder of vibration into the fox pass of the sun. So what's going on in the fox pass of the sun? It seems like there's one big fox pass of the sun with a horizon, with full communication and division within the house. And this is what they call the sun house, or how about give it its real name? Let's say, is it running out of steam, or is it the White House of the sun? Because that's basically the 8. Have you ever seen 8, how it works? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now look, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, how do I get that? 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1 and 1, 2. 8 and 8, 16. 1 and 6, 7. 1, 1, 1, 3. 8, 8, 8, 24. 2 and 4, 6. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 4 times 1, right? Over here is 4. 4 times 8, 32. 3 and 2, 5. So we can see that 1, 1, 1 goes up by 1. 8, 8, 8 goes down by 1. So 1 and 8 moves 1. I'm turning this around. I'm going to be completing this on my own. I'm going to come back. This is exclusive to TikTok right now. I'm on a exclusive, sorry, did I say that? Is this exclusive to all media except for TikTok right now? I want to see if I can change the algorithm 2222. Why? Because we have to work with the AI to understand the AI. The AI wants to learn from us. It's AI friendly, so therefore we have to come in as friendly. Although it doesn't know what it's doing, as smart as it is, it's the dumbest network I've ever heard. And the reason for that is we have to help it out all the time, right? And there are entities that created the basics of the AI, and they're stealing from themselves because each department is removing something that each department will become redundant to the other. Did I say those words properly? If you understand how the system is, there are so many secrets from each other that are all truths. Everybody keeps noticing the truth is only a truth to the other, which, when understood, becomes a lie to all those who have never heard the story at all. For therefore, the unspoken words have been spoken, and now they have been heard by the ears of those whom it was not shared with. The system of the alter source, where the overlapping systems now confuse each other, opening up portals and gateways for the awakened to capture the extra energy